Student ID. The First Amendment is what gives Americans their right to freedom of religion, press, assembly, and speech. People every day exercise their freedom of speech, but is this being tested by the banning of published books? Of Mice and Men by Steinbeck is one of the more frequently challenged and banned classics. It has been banned in several counties across the United States and is constantly being challenged by others. The main complaint on this novel is the use of vulgar language and racial slurs. According to this chart, offensive language is one of the main reasons for challenging and banning a book. However, this is going against the First Amendment right to express one's views and beliefs. Of Mice and Men is a 1937 classic that teaches important lessons, history, and allows children to have an insight on reality. In today's society, parents are constantly trying to shield their children from what they think might harm them. In all reality, though, their constant need to protect their children from certain books is actually harming the child's ability to gain important life lessons and information. Of Mice and Men helps inform kids on the history of the 1930s time period. This novel is telling the story of two men who moved to California in search of jobs during the Great Depression. The novel gives kids insight on how farming and ranching jobs were back in the 1930s. The novel also allows children to be able to experience and make connections with the emotional events that take place in the novel. According to PBS.org, when asked, a teacher said that she taught her kids of Mice and Men because they not only make connections with the emotional events in the book, but also the characters as well. Of Mice and Men not only teaches kids about the history of the 1930s, but also teaches them important life lessons as well. Of Mice and Men is an emotional classic that was wrongfully banned due to the use of profane and offensive language that parents thought their children could not handle. But this novel has many more greater benefits when read. It helps give kids an insight on how the 1930s were and how the Great Depression affected many people. It allows children to be able to experience emotion and allows them to make connections with the story. And finally, this great classic allows children to be able to learn some important life lessons.